Alright guys, Delzinski here, and I'm sure you all know by now that IGN and 2K released the very first information regarding WWE 2K15 and its My Career Mode. Yes, this info was released today. IGN put up an article. If you have not seen that already, check the link in the description box below and you can head over to IGN and check that out. Now, on top of that information, we got some nice screenshots, which you can see on the screen right now, but a lot of people have already covered this article already. Now, what I found interesting was after this article was released, Vincent from IGN, who wrote the article, did a Q&A session with you, the fans, and he gave us some more insight into the My Career Mode. So I wanted to give you a rundown of the questions that were asked and pick up the key ones which gave us some real important info. So here we go, let's give you a rundown of those questions. The first one, and this was a big one: can you play as a diva on My Career Mode? Vincent goes on to say, sadly you cannot. So for those Divas fans, you're going to be very disappointed because you cannot make the decision to play as a female character in WWE 2K15 My Career Mode. It is a male mode only. So yes, there's going to be a lot of disappointed people because I think a lot of people thought you'd have the option to choose between Diva or Superstar. That is not the case. The next question from Vincent that he received was wondering if there was a feature to put your own face in the game. Now, that sounds like the face scan technology. We were all wondering if it was in or out, and Vincent confirms that there is no face scan this time around. So the technology that was being planned to be used in the NBA or NBA 2K15 is not going to make WWE 2K15. Maybe, just maybe, it will come in WWE 2K16. So face scans are out again. It was another very talked about point, but now we've got official confirmation it will not make the game. The next question: are there detailed storylines or is it just playing match after match with no background? Vincent goes on to say specific storylines and events. So we're going to get storylines where you're going to be heavily involved, and you're going to get events that can change the momentum of your superstar. That's very nice to hear. So it sounds like there's a lot of background gone into this mode and it's not just playing repetitive matches. Next up, does My Career Mode last only 1 year, or do we get to choose the career length? Vincent goes on to say, lasts until you retire or you reach the Hall of Fame. So you can either walk away and retire, or you get that legendary status of being in the WWE Hall of Fame. Another very good question, which I think Vincent even asked, was is there a feature where you can retire and turn into a manager of a superstar? Vincent goes on to say no, but they loved the idea when asked. So he obviously put that to 2K, and maybe again that will become a feature in WWE 2K16, because this is just the first time 2K have done this, so there is a lot of room to improve as the years go on. Another good question: how does the Twitter interaction affect storylines? Vincent goes on to say affects heels / face status and story branching. So if you don't know already, there is a lot of social media involved in the My Career Mode, and that affects your superstar in terms of how heavily involved he is. If he uses social media to his advantage as a face and panders to the fans, then he's going to get a lot of fans. If he goes and be's a heel and he sort of, lays the verbal smackdown on the fans, then he's going to get a lot of heat, and that's also going to boost his superstar even more. If you're not very good with social media, then obviously no one's going to be interested in you. So you don't generate any heat, you don't generate a fan base, and you just don't make it. And now that leads me on perfectly to the next question: is it possible to just be stuck as a jobber? And Vincent goes on to say yes, and I love that. You only blow up if you earn it. So like I say, if you don't utilize social media, if you don't work hard, if you don't try new moves and you're very boring, very static, you don't make the effort to try and better yourself in the My Career Mode, you won't advance, and unfortunately you will be stuck as a jobber. That is not good. Well, maybe it is, but I want to be the best I can possibly be in this My Career Mode, so that's not quite for me. The next one, does the My Career Mode take place in the WWE Universe mode? Vincent goes on to say, nope, 2 different modes. So maybe someone just getting a little bit confused. No, they are 2 separate modes. And the last one, the last question that I've got is, are storylines different based on if you're a heel or a face? And Vincent says, absolutely. So if you're a heel, you'll take one route, and if you're a face, you'll take another. So I thought there were some very interesting points made by Vincent in his Q&A session, which he held on Twitter. I think the most interesting is you cannot play as a diva. That's going to disappoint a lot of people, and the face scan technology is not there. Well, I wouldn't be too disappointed in that. I think that's one to come for the future. But all in all, this is very exciting, and this is just the beginning. As I say, this is the first time 2K have put their efforts into a My Career Mode. We've seen what it's been like for the NBA franchise. This is only going to get bigger and better as time goes on. So guys, let me know via the comments box below what you think of the details from the IGN article, which you can see in the link in the description box below, and also from the Q&A session which was held with Vincent from IGN and his answers in relation to WWE 2K15 My Career Mode. I want to get your views, I want to get your answers, and as always, please rate, comment and subscribe. This is Delzinski signing out.